There went my shock leader. And when my shock leader left, it dramatically changed the weight of what I was casting. I guess I need to check them things every now and then. Looks like we're down to one rod. The current's running hard, so I'm going to be using this three-way, little float rig, smaller pieces of fresh gizzard shad. Got a lot of current going. I'm not even gonna be able to use clickers, so I'm just locking it down in that rock, getting washed down river hard. It's settling over a deeper hole to my right. It's got quite a bit of wood and stuff down in it. Good place to get hung. Also a good place to catch a flathead. A blue cat is not out of the question because it is the Tennessee River. But I actually came to a flathead area due to the fluctuating waters, up and down all winter. Keeps the backwater bite crappy every time it drops. And I'm having a very mild winter. Temps 60 degrees, 55 degrees in the day. It gets cold at night, it gets in the 30s. Sometimes it dips below freezing. We're having a very mild December, at least the latter part of it. And so it's very possible to still hook up with a flathead fairly close to the house, downtown Knoxville. Typically I don't target flatheads this time of year, but due to the mild winter, due to the fluctuating water, due to the fact I don't have any fresh skipjack, I've got a fresh gizzard shad, which I prefer for a flathead bait more than a blue cat bait, although blues do eat them, but I typically get a lot of small blues on them. Once the water's around 50 degrees, I prefer skipjack for them blues, as far as big fish. As far as big flatheads, they love them gizzard shad. So there's numerous reasons I've chose an area that's prone for flatheads. I really wish I hadn't lost my three-way rig there, because for me to go get my stuff and retie one, there's a good chance something could snatch my rod out of the rocks there. I may go ahead and get my stuff though, because it is daylight. Best time to retie another shock leader and rig. If you're going to have a weak spot on your line and lose your rig and your shock leader, you're best to find out on the first cast than with the big fish on the line. It's the only problem with braid. It nicks up on these rocks and stuff. As long as it ain't nicked, it's some good stuff. I ended up cutting about 25 yards of that reaction braid off. I've got enough left on the reel to still tie on a leader and fish. It was bird nested pretty bad. Good fish. That fish is either hung in something or he's just laying on the bottom and I'm not moving him. Definitely a good fish. got me in something. If I don't budge him soon, I'm gonna free spool the line and see if he'll swim out of it. Told you there's a lot of wood down there. Good place to hook a flathead. Bad place to get hung up. He's not coming out of it yet. Just a waiting game, man. I've got some strong line on here. 50-pound pro spec. I can feel him pulling. He's gonna have to get it from around that tree though. He's still on there. Definitely got me in a tree. Wait him out's all I can do. I'm gonna walk downriver a ways and see if I can get around it that way, because when he hit, he swam back upriver. He just gave me a good pull right there. There he goes. There he goes. I'm gonna walk downriver and see if I can get him. He's wrapped, man. These flatheads know what they're doing. I'm just gonna leave him alone, man, see if he'll swim out. I'm gonna throw another rod out. Well, I've got another bait out anyway. It's not quite in the zone, but I normally let everything drift into that wood hole, but if they're moving, he can still find me. It's still drifted back up against the cut bank. I'm gonna sit on this tackle box, man, and try to free spool this fish here and see if I can get him to come out. See, the rod's moving. He's on there. He just wrapped around a tree. This ain't the first time I've had him wrap me up. Sometimes they'll come out. Usually they come out before now though. I'm frustrated with it. I'm gonna try and break it off. Pretty frustrating right there. That one got me. Well, we're back at the drawing board. I don't have any more slip floats to make a float rig like that one was on, but I'll make another three-way, hope for the best. Running out of daylight here. No float rig this time, but I've caught many a fish without a float. At least we are rigged back up. That one there, I can see a big old branch kind of caught onto it that's floated downriver. That line could be hung up right now. If that branch ain't pulling it downstream, who knows? Bad place to get hung up, good place to hook one. Too much current to run a clicker. Just tight lining them into these rocks. Tired of that stick on my line, plus I wanted to see if it was hung. Getting closer to dark. I actually prefer to catch flatheads in the daytime this time of year, but I may be forced to put a light out to actually get one for this video. Running out of time. I got here kind of late. That's typical of me. All right, people, it's been somewhat of a frustrating day. Doing a lot of tackle tying, cutting line off my spool, losing fish. I came out after a flathead, and I hooked a flathead. Problem is that fish went home on me. I've hooked a lot of blues that swam me into stuff, and typically you can free spool your reel, and that blue cat will come back out of it. I can honestly say, most of the time that a flathead has swam me into something, I haven't got that fish back. You know, the blue just wrapped you up, but that flathead, that was most likely his home. He felt he was hooked. He went straight for it, man. Had it happen to me quite a few times. They get in something, they get under something, underwater trees and stuff, big rocks. They know what they're doing. Best time to catch a flathead this time of year is pretty much noon to afternoon. That's why I came out when I did. Old fish got the best of me today. I show the good and the bad. Today was bad. Today I got had. Kinda made me mad, kinda made me sad. But you can bet that flathead is glad. He got the save from old Catfish Dave. This is a video. There was almost a fish in this video. You can get a nighttime flathead in this cold water. I just say they're a little more active in the day. I'm gonna sit here for right at dark to a little after dark. See if I can get one more chance at a flathead so I can be justified for this video. I don't want no junk, don't want no skunk. Time for some lights. Give it one last shot. It says rain starting in 48 minutes, so I don't have long to catch this flathead. Here comes the rain. Said rain in 48 minutes. Looks like they lied. Trying to cover some of this electronics up. Well, it ain't no flathead. It's a pretty respectable blue cat. Definitely in the 30-pound range. Woo! Like I say, best flathead bites in the daytime right now. I'm seeing guys while I'm sitting at the house posting these flatheads getting caught out of these boats. And I'm real convinced that was a flathead I hooked first time around, got in that tree. Either way, I didn't get skunked. Yeah. Alright people, I'm going to scoot on out of here so that I can go net some shad before this rain hits and this water comes up. I guess I'll title this video Flathead Frustrations. Came to a flathead spot. Things started going wrong from the first cast. Hooked what I believe was a flathead. When I first felt the fish, it felt like a cold water, lethargic, fairly heavy fish. It swam out into middle ways of the river and everything stopped on me. That's all I could do. Stuck out a little longer, got a decent blue. It is what it is. It's bank fishing. Got to take the good with the bad, the happy with the sad. Hopefully I get a little more time. Uh-oh, hang on. One more blue cat for the road. This is a video. There was fish in the video. That makes it a fishing video. This is Catfish Day with another one. Signing out.